In this video today, we remember how we can powerfully and wisely help another person by first trusting and loving ourselves, and then by honoring the other person's path in life. Hello, I'm Marvin Glenn, the Singing Sage. Welcome to my place, where I share my songs with you along with some of my own personal techniques and wisdom that I use to live my life. I invite you to join me with an open mind while you listen with your heart. Just in case you're here with me for the very first time today, please hear this before we begin. All of my songs and videos are happily based on this one foundational truth. None of us on earth are exclusively human. We all are non-physical or spiritual infinite creators, using these human bodies to enjoy and create our experiences and adventures on Earth. Thank you. Later in this video, I will be telling a story about the famous avatar called Anastasia, who is featured in the Ringing Cedars books. I think one of the highest hurdles humanity has to jump is our programming that we are not good enough. It's such an insidious, unconscious belief that we don't even realize we're acting from it most of the time. Along with that belief comes another crippler. I'm not worthy. How do we overcome these programs? Well, the way I do it is to consciously create something out of nothing. We all can do this too, you know. We do it all the time, probably and mostly without even knowing we're doing it. And here's the proof. Do you ever feel compassion or empathy for someone and reach out and touch them with your hand or with a kind, supportive word? What usually happens? For a moment, they stop frowning and staring at the ground and look up into your eyes and smile, if only slightly. There's appreciation there and gratitude because you listened and cared enough to respond with kindness. You helped create that smile, that gratitude, and that appreciation. Yes, you did. Out of nothing. None of those would have existed without your loving kindness and the grand choice you made in that moment. So that's the key, my friend. We can consciously is the word, create each day. Purposely create something beautiful. Whistle an original tune. Create from your heart and look for the changes in the world around you that magically appear. Can you see how wonderful we will start feeling about ourselves? Can you see how simply and purposely we can be the great creators we are, and the healing of others that could automatically happen wherever we go? I bet you can imagine what else magically appears when we create. Speaking for myself, and I hope for you too, I become good enough, and I begin feeling more worthy. Simple as that. Good enough and worthy. Now we're able to stand in those magnificent truths about ourselves that give us the confidence to live and act from our hearts without fear and without hesitating. It all becomes natural and real, and so do we. The next thing we want to remember and explore today is the wisdom in our hearts. This is a big subject, and yet the most basic one of our existence. Our hearts are the home we never left. It's only here that we can find our wisdom and clarity. The reason to look to our hearts for clarity and wisdom, of course, is we only want to act and speak to a person who needs help after we ask our hearts if it's okay. That's because, as you probably realize, we don't usually know the other person's situation or circumstances. So for us to act, we'd better be very certain we're not inserting ourselves onto their path by mistake. Here's that story I mentioned. It's from the Ringing Cedars books by Vladimir Maigret. The heroine in the story is Anastasia, the human avatar. Personally, I believe she is a real person as presented in the books. I'll put a link to those books in the description down below. Being an avatar, a person of great power, Anastasia is able to heal people. In one of the books from the Ringing Cedars series, she told this story. She said one day she noticed an elderly woman who was enjoying her later years with her adult son, who was very supportive, gentle, and kind with her. As part of her life, the woman was also dealing with a fatal disease and had only a few months to live. Anastasia felt compassion for her and decided to heal her. After the healing, the woman was overjoyed that she had a few more years to live. And one day she overheard her son speaking secretly to a friend, and his words showed that actually he couldn't stand his mother and wished she would hurry up and die. As you can imagine, the woman was devastated, and her whole outlook on life changed in that moment. Her happiness in their relationship turned into a dark depression that lasted until the day she died. Anastasia learned from that experience what a big mistake she made by healing the woman, because instead of dying peacefully and joyfully, her death was a sad and bitter experience. Here's how I handle these situations with myself. When I see someone who needs help, whether it's financially, emotionally, physically, or mentally, I pause for a few moments and listen to what my heart has to say. How do I feel here? Do I feel any sense of restriction? Or is there a feeling of flow and freedom? Do I sense only silence and a request for my patience? Do I feel a sense of urgency from there, or is it an urging from my egoic mind? Am I being motivated by my need to be significant, or to be seen, or to control? We all are powerful beings who are just beginning in 2025 to wake up to what and who we are as infinite creators. We cannot overstate the responsibility we need to accept for our powers of creation that will soon become even more evident. Not only must they be used only in the support of life, but also without imposing our will on others without their permission or request. But the important thing about our powers is that we use them. So here we are, sitting in our virtual room, looking virtually at each other, but we're both seeing each other through very real eyes. We both are real, authentic, genuine human beings. Or rather, another way to put it is genuine humans being. We have been brought together by our desires for learning about the deeper things in life, by our need to hear words that inspire us and reassure us that we are not alone in our feelings and beliefs about ourselves and about life and about each other. I imagine we both have lived long enough now to realize that we have choices and the power to make those choices and the power to accept responsibility for our choices. Of course, we also have the power to change our choices when it's necessary. Yes, we do have that power. I think a truth we both realize is that we can affect the people all around us with our thoughts and actions, and that we can use our powers to make everything better if that's what we choose. We can act, we can speak, and we can powerfully touch the world with our whole being, leaving it a better place for all generations to come. All of this shows us the magnificence of who we are. We are life itself. If you want to explore even more deep truth about yourself and this matrix we live in, I recommend you go to the website of my mentor, the great George Kavasilis, for the big picture and story. And I highly recommend his powerful book, Our Universal Journey. Links to both are listed below in the description panel. We all are living light. We are the light to two worlds, ours and others. Life will offer us many opportunities to shine. It's forever up to us how we choose to respond to what life offers. Isn't life wonderful? If you'd like to explore some more about your magnificence and significance, you can choose to watch this video here. And if you want to help others find this channel, please subscribe and like this video. Thank you for being with me today. Today's song is It Must Be You.
Who can change your mind and find a better, brighter way? Who can give your acid tongue a kinder word to say? Who can love your inner child and heal their hidden scars? Who can free your blinded eyes to see your shining star? Who can catch a midnight thought and change it into day? Who is greater far than any voice of man can say? Who remembers who you are and follows where that leads? Who can feel another's pain and move to fill their needs? It must be you, wonderful you, majestic from the start. You, yes you, a shining candle in the dark. Razor sharp, your honesty can clear away the clouds and show the way to all who will, that's hidden from the crowd. Who can look deception in the face and never flinch? Who can cling to thoughts of love and never give an inch? Who can drop your victimhood and let it fall away? Who can claim your inner power and show a better way? Whose big dreams burn brighter than the furnace of a star, and who strives to heal within, embracing every scar? Who can show compassion, helping others to renew? Who can use the light within to see what's really true? It must be you, beautiful you, living wisdom from your heart. You, yes you, creating glory in your art, holding visions of new ways to live our lives on earth, brings to all the joy of life forgotten at our birth. In all the world, search as you will, the only way to feel the thrill is just to know, to simply know it must be